So, hello students, welcome back to Fun Scholar Academy. So, today the topic is matter. So, have you ever heard the term matter? I think you have. Okay. So, what is matter, ma'am? Matter is what? That is, we are going to study today. For a substance to be matter, it has to fulfill two conditions. What are they? Let us know. First, it has to occupy some space. Now, what is space, ma'am? Space means any empty place. Okay? So, what is empty space? You know, there is space outside the earth where nothing is there. Okay? That is space. So, here also, in our earth also, if there is nothing present, then it is called space. And what is matter? Matter is something that has to occupy some space. First condition. Now, second condition is it must have some mass or weight. Okay. So now the question to you is, see, this is a donut shaped structure. So is this a matter? Yes, it is. Why? Because it is occupying a space in this universe and it has some weight. Right? Similarly, if you see this circle, this is also same. It is occupying a space in this universe and it has some weight. Right. So, everything you see around yourself is matter. Then what about us, ma'am? We human beings, animals, everything, trees, are those matter? Yes, you are right. Everything in the universe is matter, whether it is living or non-living. So, I myself is a matter. You yourself is a matter. Okay? So, let's move. See, a boy is saying, have you ever noticed that there are many substances around us with various textures, shapes and sizes? Have you ever? Yes, we all have. Now let's see what the girl says. The girl says, everything in this universe is made up of material which scientists have named as what? Matter. Okay. Now, definition of matter, I have told you, you have to just remember 2 points. First is, matter is anything that takes up some space and has some mass. Anything that has mass, that will have automatically weight. You do know weight, you measure in weighing machine. Someone's weight is 30 kg, something's weight is 0.2 gram. So different substances have different weight. Okay. See, matters. This is solid. The car is solid. Then liquid. Water is liquid. And gas. I'll come to this later. You might have some confusion regarding this. That how come air is matter? We can't even see those. Okay. See, matter can also be perceived by our senses. For example, air. We cannot see air. We can feel is present. When the fan blows, you do feel the air. When the wind blows, you do feel the air. You go to a coastal side, you sit over there, you feel that cold air is coming during the evening time. So, you can feel the presence of air. But the big question is now, ma'am, you yourself said that matter is something that has some mass or weight and it also occupies some space. So how can air has some weight? So you have to know. So let's do an experiment. See, this is a balloon, right? It has nothing in it. So you can just assume it to be empty. Okay? Now see, I have filled it with what? You do fill balloons with air. So see, when the balloon is being filled with air, it occupies the space inside the balloon and it takes the shape of the balloon itself. So you can say that air can occupy some space, right? Now what about weight, ma'am? Okay. Now for this experiment, I'll take a little help of my colleague. Can you just hold it? Okay, I have, see, you can see the balloon I have hung in a long tube. Okay, now what I am doing, I have taken the center, measurement of the center previously. Now I have hung both the balloons on the two sides. Okay, now if I keep my hands straight, what can you see? What can you see? Can you see? This balloon is slightly tilted to this side and whereas this balloon is not. You can do this experiment on your own also if it is not visible properly through camera. Okay. So since there are some air present in this side and there is no air present in this side, so this balloon will obviously heavier than this one. From this experiment, we can conclude that air has what? Air has some weight. And what did I say? If a substance has weight, then it has some mass. And if a substance has mass, definitely it will have some weight. Okay? Now see examples of matter. I have told you in this universe, everything is matter, whether it is living or non-living. All substances, whether living or non-living, are composed of what? Matter. Plants, lotus, banyan tree. Animals, dog, cat, we humans. Natural, air, water, stars. Man-made, plastic, cement. Matter is subdivided into living and non-living. Living, plants, animals, non-living, natural or man-made. Everything is matter. Even my mobile phone is a matter, this clip is a matter, this board is a matter, the air moving inside this room is matter. Okay. Now states of matter. I think by now you have understood that matter exists in three states. What are they? First is solid. Is this solid? Okay. Second is liquid. See, water inside the bottle is liquid. Milk, juice, everything are liquid. River flowing, oceans, lakes, everything is liquid. And last but not the least is what? You can't see it, but you can feel its presence. That is nothing but air. Okay. So, air is a form of gas. Solid, liquid and gas. States of matter are of three types. What are they? Solid, liquid and gas. So first we come to solid state. Okay. So what are solids? Is this a solid? Yes, definitely it is. Okay. So how come solids are different from liquid and liquids are different from gases? Why there are three stages of matter? Okay. So we have to know that. So solids have intermolecular space is almost negligible. Now ma'am, what is this intermolecular space? For this, I'll show you an experiment. See, can you see? A glass is filled with what? Marbles. Okay. So let us consider each of this marble as molecules of solid. Now the question will be, what is molecule, ma'am? So for that, I'll just give you a short description of what is molecule. Suppose sugar. Okay. Now you break it down or crush in mixture or grinder. What will you get? You will get sugar powder. Now, if you take a smallest particle of sugar and observe it under microscope, the smallest particle which can't be broken further into anything, that particle is known as atom. Okay? So now one atom of sugar plus another atom of sugar makes one molecule of sugar. So what will you say? The smallest particle of any matter, whether it be solid, liquid or gas, the smallest particle is atom. And atom plus atom equal to molecule. You please write down this point or take the screenshot, because it is the most important point and you have to read this throughout your school life. So this is the base of your chemistry, physics, even biology. Okay. So suppose I am considering this one marble as molecule of solid matter. Another same. Okay. Now you see there are some space inside the molecules, right? If you can't understand, for that what will I do? I will put some sand inside this. Now if I shake it, what happens? Just see. See, the sand particles are taking the space of two two molecules of solid, right? So for better understanding now, I will put some water inside this. Now see, is there any space now? First, I gave the marbles. Okay, there was space remaining. So, what did the sand do? The sand took the place between the molecules. And after I put the water took the remaining space between the molecules. So, what can we conclude from it? That space between two molecules is known as what? Intermolecular space. And in case of solid, the space is very less, okay, almost negligible. Just see, in case of solid, how the molecules are arranged. You can hardly see space between those. They are very close to one another. That is why it is not easy. Just if you press it or you try to break it or do something, it is not easy to harm the solid things easily. Okay? Have you heard about the term inter-school competition, inter-college debate competition, inter-school sports competition? So inter means between two. Okay, so here inter means between two molecule and space means empty place. Okay, so what is written? Let me read again. Intermolecular space is almost negligible in case of solids. That's why solids have a definite shape and volume. Okay, now another term, intermolecular force of attraction. What is force of attraction? Force of attraction means you have seen two magnets, if you have seen, or you can understand with the help of this two marbles also. Force of attraction means this molecule is attracting this molecule. Okay, you can't separate it easily. So this is intermolecular force of attraction. So this is a molecule and this is another molecule, this is another molecule. See, there is no space. Why there is no space? Because of intermolecular force of attraction is very high or highest in case of solids. Okay, and examples of solids I have already shown you. See, then book, pen, copy, eraser, this book, slate, everything comes under solids. Okay. Okay. Another better way to make you understand. Have you seen this? What is this? You know this. This is abacus. What happens in case of solids if you consider this as molecules? Okay. In case of solids, the molecules are attached in this way. See, there is no space between them. So you can say that intermolecular space is negligible in case of solids, but in case of solids, intermolecular force of attraction is the highest. Why? Because the molecules are very much attracted to each other. That is why it is not easy to separate them. Okay, I hope you have understood. If you haven't, please start from the beginning. Okay, you'll re-watch the video, you will understand it because it is a very new terminology to you. So intermolecular space and intermolecular force of attraction. These two are very important. So please note it down. Okay? Okay. This activity just now I have shown you to make you understand how intermolecular space and what is intermolecular force of attraction. See, the sand is taking the space between two molecules. Right? I have shown you. Okay. Now, properties of solids. You can say it yourself. Is the solid particle flexible? Can I deform the shape easily? No, we can't. That is why solids have a rigid shape and volume. See, solids are rigid. They have a definite volume. They retain their shape. They are almost incompressible. What is incompressible, ma'am? Again, I am taking this board. I am trying to push it from opposite side. Can I push it? Can I make it? Can I deform this shape? No. So, this is the meaning of incompressible. That can't be compressed. Okay. Example, wood, stone, iron, diamond, gold, salt, sugar, sand, etc. Yes, even sands are also comes under solids. Okay. Now, liquid state. What happens in case of liquid? See, in case of solids, I have told you that the molecules are very much attracted to each other. But in case of liquid, the molecules are a bit far away from each other. Okay? See, there is a little gap in between the molecules. So, what will be the intermolecular space between them? Is there an intermolecular space? Yes, there is a presence of intermolecular space, but the space is a bit more than solids but less than gases. And what about attraction? Attraction is lesser than solids but more than gases. Now, that is why any liquid substance, they can flow easily because the molecules are of medium distance from each other. See, the liquid molecules, one is here, there is a bit space in between them, then another one is here. Then there is a bit space in between them, then another molecule. So we can say that, see, the intermolecular space is greater than solids, right? Just now I have told you. The intermolecule have weaker intermolecular force of attraction in comparison to what? Solids. Solids. So what things come under liquid? I have already told you. See, ocean, rain, फिर juice. This also if you make it, it turns into juice. Milk, फिर juice, rain, milk. Everything comes under what? Liquid. Okay. Okay, now properties. Properties means what? I haven't told you in the previous one. Properties means characteristics. Now, what is characteristics? Characteristics means features. Now, what is features? A particular thing shows some unique features. Means what mean, ma'am? Like some of you are very naughty, some of you are very quiet, some of you are of medium, some of you are very tall, some of you are very short, some of you are bulky, some of you are very thin. So that is your property that can't be changed. Okay, that is fixed. Some are very good at studies, some are medium in studies, some are very intelligent. So that is their unique thing or unique feature. So as solids you have seen, they have some unique features like they have the rigid shape, they can't be compressed, they have a fixed volume. So in case of liquid also, there are some properties that make it different from the solid or gas. That is why we called it liquid, and we call solid as solid and gas as gas. So now what are the properties of liquids? Do you think that liquids have a definite shape? See, I have kept it like this, so it took the shape of a triangular bottle. Same here, now I am doing it, I am turning it opposite. So it is taking a cylindrical shape. Here also you can see the liquid is taking the shape of the vessel I have kept in. So do they have a fixed shape? No ma'am, they don't. See, liquids have no definite shape. They take the shape of the container in which they are kept. But they have what? They have a definite volume, because the volume of this much water is something and the volume of this much water is something. So they are different because they are kept in different containers. So they have a fixed volume like those of solids. Okay, then they flow from higher region to lower region. How will you understand this? Suppose I fill this tank with water. Okay, now there is a connecting line. From here, the water is flowing to here. Okay, and it is filling this small tank. What do you think? The water will flow up to when? From here it will start, it will flow, it will flow, it will flow. But when the water will come to this layer, it will stop flowing. Because or why? Because the pipe is here, but the water level is below the pipe. So water cannot flow now. That is why when the water was in a higher concentration, they could flow from here to here. But when the concentration becomes lower, then there is no scope of water being flowing through this pipe. That is why we can say that water flows from a higher to lower level. Even in the mountains, you have seen what water falls. Water flows from higher to lower region. Now, in case of sea, you have seen from the mountains, the river starts and flows like this, like this, like this throughout our country, and they fall in the lowest region, that is in the sea. Right? Okay. So in this way, water flows from higher to lower level. What are the example? Water, milk, fruit juice, kerosene, mustard oil, petrol, alcohol, everything comes under liquid. Now, gas. See, steam is coming out. This is what? Nothing but a form of gas. See, balloon I have shown you that filled with gas. Okay. So, what happens in case of gas? See, here we are breathing what? Gas. What? Oxygen. You yourself is breathing oxygen. So, there is gas everywhere present in this earth where liquids and solids are absent. See, the empty space is filled with air. There is no space in the inside the earth where air is not present. But it is very rarely visible, like it is visible in the form of steam. Now, what happens in case of liquid? The molecules are very far from each other. Okay, you just focus on these four molecules. See, they are very far from each other. Like in the board also, you can see, one molecule is here, another molecule is there. So the space between two molecules is what? Highest in comparison to liquids and solids, right? So we can say that intermolecular space is highest. And what about force of attraction? Force of attraction is least, right? Because one molecule is at this side, another molecule is at this side. So there is almost negligible or least force of attraction, right? So they have no definite volume, right? Okay. If you they do not have any definite shape. Same like liquid. See, if this part is liquid, then this part is what? Filled with air. So same like liquids, they have no shape, but liquids have volume, but here the volume is also not fixed. This is very important. Like liquids, they can also flow. Okay, both liquids and gases, they flows. Okay, that is why another name of liquids and gases together is known as fluids. The question may come that what are fluids, or which substance, which state of matter flows? Then the answer would be fluids. Don't write only liquid or gas. Okay, this is very important. So you please note it down or take the screenshot. Okay, now gases can be compressed. Okay, gases can be compressed under high pressure. So gases are compressible. Since the molecules are very far from each other, if you compress them, they will come closer. And if they come closer, what will happen? Their volume will increase. And if they goes and now if you hit this air molecules, what will happen? The molecules will start running from one another. Then their volume will decrease. That is why they have no fixed volume. They can also spread into a large area if available, and if they are compressed, they can come into a small area and fit themselves. Okay, gaseous exerts equal pressure in all directions. Obviously, if this is my hand, each of the gas molecule is exerting same pressure. You don't feel pressure higher in this place and in this place lower. You feel the same pressure when you move your hand, or in this way also you feel the same pressure or same flow of air when you move your hand through the air. So they exert equal pressure in all directions. This is another important point. Example is hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc., etc., etc. So can we say that air around us is mixture of gases because we take in oxygen, give out carbon dioxide in the same air. There are other gases like hydrogen, then nitrogen present in the air. So we can conclude that air is a mixture of gases. This is another very important question. So please do take a screenshot or note it down. Now properties, you have already learned by now the properties of gases, I think. So they have definite shape? No ma'am, they do not have a fixed shape. Do they have a definite volume? No ma'am, they do not have a definite volume. Can they be compressed? Yes, they can be compressed. Can they flow? And can we see them flow? They can flow, but we can't see them flow. So they can flow easily but invisible. Do they have mass? Yes, I have shown you an experiment which proves they have mass. Do they exert pressure? Yes, ma'am, they do exert pressure. Okay, now today this is the last slide of your topic. The remaining part we will continue in the next lecture. So this shows the difference of solid, liquid and gas, and it is the most vital thing you have to remember. Very important. Okay, they may ask you what is present in solid, or how is gases different from liquids. Any kind of questions can be asked through this. So you do please take a screenshot, because this is the most important thing and you have to remember this. So first comes volume. Solids have a definite volume. I've told you, shown you. Yes ma'am. Liquids have a definite volume. I've told you, I've shown you. Yes, ma'am. Gases have a definite volume. I have told you. No, they don't. Now, what about the shape? Shape I have shown you. They have a fixed shape. Liquids, no fixed shape. Gases, again, no fixed shape. Right? Then, intermolecular force of attraction. This is strongest in case of solid. In liquid, it is medium or moderate. And what will be in case of gas? It has the least or weakest force of attraction. Okay. Now, compressibility. Can solids be compressed? No, ma'am, it can't. Can liquid be compressed? Can you compress liquids? Can I compress? Compress. Anything is happening. If I am trying, see, my hands is getting dipped inside the water. So I can't compress liquids also, just like solids. That is why liquids are also incompressible. But gas, they can be? Yes, they can be. How? If I fill this one with more liquid, the gas will go away and the space will be occupied by the liquid only. Okay, now density. Density means mass. So density of solids will be high, obviously. Liquids, they will have moderate. Okay. And gaseous, obviously, as the molecules are very much far away from each other, so they will have the lowest density. In Bengali, density means what? Ghanotto. Now, particle movement. Can you see and tell me if the particles of solid moves? They do not move. So, they are fixed in position. Okay. What about the liquid? Do they move? Yes, they do move. But still, they are attracted to one another. And what about the gas? Do they move? Yes, they can move freely throughout any position, any direction. They are free spirits. Okay, they can go anywhere, take any place, occupy any empty space. Even if you take this ball, see, there is nothing inside. That means air is being present in this place. Okay, so gases are very much freedom, the most freely they can move, so they have the highest freedom. So how will you remember? Like college going students, they have the freedom to go alone in their college, tuition, everywhere. But you are the solid one because you have restrictions. You are being always guided by your parents. And what about liquid? They are the medium one. Like 11, 12 students. Sometimes they are being guided by their parents and sometimes they move alone also. So this is for today. I hope you have understood the basic knowledge about solid, liquid and gas and states of matter and states. So in the further class, we will continue lecture in the next session. So thank you students. I hope you like the class. So see you in the next class. Bye.